Let me tell you a story. Back when I was training calisthenics with a group of friends in December 2024, I was training at my gym and it was our weekly thing where we meet up and we train together. It was during this one specific calisthenics session, we decided to try some new moves and just see what we can do with our skills and what we have learned so far. I think the one move we all decided to try was just like flipping around. So if you've ever seen a pair of gymnastic rings, if not, I'm just gonna show you how it looks like. And the ones I'm using for calisthenics. But the move we all wanted to try out was to flip around the rings. So it's essentially like you get onto the rings and then you flip around and then let it go in midair. My friends were pretty successful in getting the move. And by the time it came to me, I was a little nervous, but I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna do it. You know, what's there to lose? And what's about to happen next is probably, I realized, was a stupid mistake, but it happened anyways. So when I essentially got to my turn, I flipped around and I let go of the rings at the wrong time. Before I knew it, I face planted myself onto the ground, and that was a slightly messy situation. I feel like it was definitely one of the most, I want to say, funniest but also scariest moments of my life. And I thought initially nothing happened. My friends were concerned, like they felt that sound when I fell flat on the floor. But I was just ready to dust it off and just do my own thing. But sooner or later I could feel my nose slightly like getting a little warmer, and I noticed like, oh shit, it's real. Like I had blood leaking out through my nostrils, and I began to notice some swelling in my nose as well. And that's when I was like, I think it's time to panic a little. While one of my friends was checking in on my nose, I had the other friend go grab some ice for me. And most of you, I'm assuming in that situation, would just go see a doctor to get it checked up to make sure there's no severe damage. It could be your nose or anything, whatever situation you're in. But I was totally chill about it. Everything was starting to heal. Like I had less bleeding and my nose was still slightly swollen. And I had either two choices that day. Either I walked out of the gym, go get it checked out, and be advised that I should never be doing such things again in my life, or I could have just kept going. So you might be wondering, what did I do that day? Do you want to take a good guess before I tell you? If you know exactly what I'm thinking, I'm very proud of you because I appreciate how you frame your mindset in that pattern. But for those of you who are thinking the anti, it's still fine, I understand. But bottom line, what I did that day was I kept going. And the people who might disagree will say, are you crazy? And I'm like, I've experienced worse. And I feel like what happened to me that day was I only saw that as an obstacle in my life. I never initially thought about it as something that would make me quit training calisthenics at that very moment. I mean, it could have been the case if I went the other way around, but I chose to keep going. And to keep it more general, I love doing hard things, especially when they challenge me and I have to find my way back up and just keep going regardless. And that being said, that is what I'm trying to get to. Essentially, it taught me something important, is that I just saw it like an obstacle in my journey. And who doesn't have obstacles in our journeys? When we set out to achieve something or we're doing something and we're thrown a barrier in our faces, most of you would probably not walk behind and never come back. If anything, you would try to find a way to overcome it, find a way to keep going through it. Even if you feel like you're nervous or you don't know what's ahead, you'd always keep going. When we are dealt with something, even if it's a small or a big challenge or an obstacle we experience in our life, like you have either two options. You can quit and you can never come back to it, or you keep going. It's as simple as that. And if I have to correlate to where it has brought me today, I would say I'm so glad that I never quit. Personally, for me, in my calisthenics journey, I have made so much progress than where I was 1 year ago. And I wouldn't have been here if it weren't for me overcoming that obstacle when I had that nose injury. And ever since that day when I injured my nose, the main lesson I learned is that if you can get back up and keep fighting through it, no matter how big the challenge is in front of you, it naturally sets your mindset in being able to overcome the smaller things that come across your life. Or maybe you might be tasked with something bigger and you are experienced in how your mind behaves with such patterns, and you're able to program it to being able to overcome those obstacles as well. Like, especially in this generation, that if we come across something that's hard or frustrating, like something that makes you feel very stressful, it's so easy to just let it go, cope, and just never look at it again. And you can tell yourself that, oh, it was hard, I just couldn't do it. However, if you actually did try doing something but you failed in doing it, that's fine, because from that you also learn how to overcome failure and use it as a stepping stone to improve yourself the next time you're faced with something more bigger in your life. But honestly, some of you might be like, well, it genuinely depends how interested you are in achieving that goal or whatever you're doing. For me, like I said, I love calisthenics. I personally love things, not just calisthenics, but especially the things that challenge me the most. Outside of calisthenics, I have been taking classes that were completely outside of my comfort zone and something I was afraid of doing, like dancing, indoor cycling, yoga. Like, these were super high intensity cardio classes. And initially I had thoughts of not being able to continue doing this for a longer period of time because it looked hard and I just didn't like feeling something that made me feel discomforting. But I was like, I don't care. I like something that challenges me because it forces me to use all the energy I have to try and do my best. The same goes to everyone out there. The important thing is to honestly keep trying and to keep going. Whatever you're on, whatever you're doing in your life, just keep moving and keep trying your best. Like, obviously, we are human beings and we experience low and high tides of our life. So you might as well just enjoy the ride wherever it takes you. I understand it might not be the answer you're looking for, but what else do we got to live for in this life? We all have bigger things we want to do. And to understand that if you really want something so bad, you're gonna have to go through everything life throws at you. Good, bad, ugly, it doesn't matter. I really love sharing the story of my injury because it's taught me to become more mentally resilient in myself, to do the hard work, especially when I don't feel like it. But yeah, I don't want to turn this into a yap session, but I just wanted to be very clear and I wanted to open up on this story because I want you to become the best version of yourself. My hope is to bring value through my journey, and hopefully it connects another person who are in a similar path of their lives as well. No matter what circumstances occur in your life, no matter how big the problems are you face, you always need to keep going. You always have to find a way to keep going forward and just keep trying. At the end of the day, that's what truly matters. If you fail, just don't beat yourself too much about it. You get back up and you keep finding another way to do it. Whatever it is that is in front of you, that is putting you through a setback in your life, just know that you can do hard things. You are capable of doing hard things. You just need to snap out of the inner bitch. That's a thing I've been really hooked on lately, is that it's so easy to listen to our brains and cope and just be comfortable without having to experience any challenges you endure in your journey. There's a quote I really love, is that if it doesn't challenge you, it won't change you. And if it doesn't change you, you won't grow. It's as simple as that. I feel that everyone's journey isn't the same, and everyone's problems and advantages might be different than the others. The final thing I want to say is that just stay true to your own journey. Understand where you are at your life right now, and you just got to keep going through it, whatever you're going through. If you're in a phase where you're going through discomfort or you're having genuinely hard times to go through the journey you're on right now, you just have to keep doing you. Overcoming the bigger challenges in your life will set you up for more rewarding outcomes and will progressively put you in becoming the better version of yourself, however you want to define that. And by doing so, you just understand that I don't care what's coming. I'm ready for it. Even if I don't give it my best, The important thing is that I tried. At least I tried, than doing nothing. Like, yeah, I'll just leave it there. Hope this video wasn't too cringe. If you found anything useful from this video, if anything caught your attention, you felt like you had a change in heart, a change in your mindset, I would love to hear your thoughts. Please comment down below so I can hear anything you experienced similar in your life. Please also consider leaving a like and subscribing to the channel if you want to see more videos like this. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.